welcome to the second episode of the Ask Jeff Show, and thanks for joining me again, and I'm glad you can hear me now. The first question is from Austin. He wanted to know, like, what frequency do you look for on your Facebook ads, and is 1.5 too much? All the frequency is telling you is how many times the average person in your audience has seen your ad. So 1.5 times means not everybody has seen your ad twice, so 1.5 is not too much. And I don't really look at, there's never a time when I look at the frequency and be like, oh, it's too much, I'm going to stop the ad, especially if it's converting. If my ad stops converting, then I might look at frequency to be maybe one of the reasons why it's not converting anymore. Maybe there's, starting to get some ad fatigue, people are starting to see it too often, and then what I'll do is I'll change the image, change the copy up, and try to get a fresh new look in front of that same audience, leading to the same offer. So don't worry about frequency too much unless your ad has been converting, and then all of a sudden the conversions start to drop. Then maybe if you look at frequency, it might give you an idea that people are seeing it too much. The second question comes from Steven. He wants to know, are short form landing pages taking the place of long form sales pages, and which one do you recommend using? Well, short form landing page is normally for an opt-in. So if you're building like your email list, then you're going to want to use a squeeze page or landing page, splash page, whatever you want to call it. And then the long form sales page is where you're going to be selling, your offer. And depending on how much your offer costs, the higher price, the more the more words that are going to be on the page, the longer the sales page is going to be. When something costs more, there's more selling that needs to be done. So you'll be running a lot more sales copy. You can also do a video sales letter. Where you're selling through video, and the same thing, the higher the price, the longer the video is going to be, the more content you're going to put out there to educate them and get them to buy. And you can also do a hybrid page, which I personally like the best, where you have a video sales letter at the top and then a long form sales page below. That way they can kind of choose if they're, if they like video, they can play the video. If they like to read, if they're at work and can't play the video, they can read the sales copy below. And that's more of a hybrid sales page, and that's what I use the most often. The next question comes from Phil, and he wants to know, when I get someone's email address and phone number from a lead, what is the best way to follow up, and how often should I follow up? So in the Fitness Marketer Lab, which we have a free trial going on right now for a week, we have our monster follow-up where Bedros goes into great detail on how to follow up with leads. And I'll go over a little bit of it here, the most important stuff. And I also have my onboarding program, which teaches you how to follow up not only from the lead, but once they actually come in, all the way until they're a paid member and beyond. So if you're not a Fitness Marketer Lab member, go to fitnessmarketerlab.com and get a free week trial and dig into that content. But first thing you want to do is if you're getting somebody's phone number from a lead, the first thing that we do is call them as soon as possible. The sooner that you can call them from the time they opt in or buy the low barrier offer, and the sooner that you can call them, the better chance you have them actually coming in, doing a workout and then upselling them to your regular program. So step one is you're going to call as soon as possible. And when you call them, all you're going to do is you're just going to say, hey, it's Jeff with Fit Body Bootcamp. Just wanted to thank you for joining our 21-day rapid fat loss program. Just wanted to see if you had any questions about it, and wanted to see when you were planning on getting started. So you're pretty much thanking them for joining whatever the offer was, and trying to see when they were going to come in. If they said like Wednesday this week, then I'd make a note, and on Tuesday I would send them a text message or an email telling them that you're looking forward to meeting them tomorrow at whatever time they said they were coming in. Try to hold them accountable to that time. So step two is, after you find out what time they're coming in, is just to follow up the day before. And then if they don't come in when they said they are, then again, go with the phone call and call them up, tell them that they were missed at boot camp or at your program, and see when they were coming in again, and just repeat the process till they stop taking your calls, or until they come in. Once they come in, then you want to follow up again. Like once they have their first workout, you want to follow up again that night with a phone call, asking them how they liked the workout, if they had any questions, and letting them know that they get a free consultation to go over their goals, to go over the diet, and all that good stuff. So that way they're able to get the most out of the program. So 3, once they've done their first workout, call again that night. Just by doing that, you're going to set yourself apart from like 90% of the gyms out there. Most people go to the gym, they get their workout in, they never hear from the gym again. And the gym actually doesn't care if you come in or not. Like, they're actually betting on 90% of people not coming in, so that way they can keep selling memberships. So just by calling them, it's going to increase your chances of getting them on board as a full paying member by probably a couple 100%. So you're going to call them after their first workout, ask them how they enjoyed the workout, ask them if they had any questions about the workout, letting them know that they get a free consultation to go over their goals, to go over their diet, all that good stuff, and then set up that initial consultation, and that's when you're gonna upsell them to your regular membership. We usually try to do that the first week that they're in any of our programs. And going back to the first one, if you call them and they don't answer, then you're gonna send them an email, and it's gonna be like, the subject line's gonna be like, about our call, and say, hey, I just tried to call you, just wanted to welcome you to our program, and thank you for joining the 21-day rapid fat loss program. I was just giving you a call to see if you had any questions about it and to see when you want to get started. So now you called, then you send an email letting them know that you did call. If they don't respond to the email, then we're going to send them a text message, and then we'll even look them up on Facebook and friend them, and then send them a Facebook message if they approve our friend request. And it's going to keep following up with them until you get them in, and then for the first workout, that's the main goal. Once you get that lead, is just keep following up on a consistent basis through every channel that's possible. So through a phone call, through email, through text, through Facebook. Everybody likes to communicate on different platforms, so you can call somebody over and over and over again. They'll never answer, never call you back. You send them a text, and they'll text you back immediately. Or you'll call somebody over and over again, they'll never answer. You text them, and they don't text back. Send them an email, and then the next day they're emailing you back, asking questions or whatever. So you never know what people's preferences are as far as communicating, what channels they like to communicate on. So you want to just hit them up on each channel, consistently until they just totally ignore you on all of them. For probably, I would do that for at least 3 weeks or more, or until they finally come in, and then you go to the next step. We're going to follow up the day before, once you get them on the phone here, and confirm when they want to get started. Hold them to that date of getting started. Once they're in for the first workout, call them that night and schedule a consultation to go over their goals, go over their diet, and then upsell them to your regular memberships. The last one, let me go ahead and erase this. The last question is from Nathan, and he says, it seems like a lot of people's Blueberry offers are not converting as well as they did before. What's going on? Could the election have something to do with it? So first off, no, the election doesn't have anything to do with it. What's going on is, like I talked about it in the last show, it's just market sophistication. The people are seeing your offers over and over again. I've been doing these types of offers for the last 6 years, so I can't put any offer directly on Facebook to a cold audience and then it convert, because they've seen it so many times. They're just waiting. I can put a timer on there. I can move my testimonials up. I can add the address, phone number, a bigger button. I can do all that stuff, and it still isn't going to convert because they've seen so many of the offers. And that's what we're starting to see with a lot of our clients from our agency, from Fitness Marketer. We've had the agency for 2 years now, so people have been running these offers for 2 years. People are starting to see it. And we are direct response guys, so that's what we initially want, is that direct response. But once people are onto you and they know that it's just another offer after another offer after another offer, they're going to wait, and see what the best offer is, and then eventually just not come in, And so you want to have a well-rounded approach, and what you want to work on. Let me erase this so you guys can see it. So we have direct response. We have content marketing. And we have branding. And what we want right here is where you're going to get the best conversions. in the long run and consistently getting conversions. So direct response is just when you're first starting off, promoting on Facebook and nobody else in your area is promoting on Facebook, you can probably get away with, just putting up a funnel and an offer on Facebook directly to cold traffic, like just randomly, like 5 miles from your gym to, women between the ages of like 25 and 45 or 25 and 55, and it's going to convert. And then you do that the next month and the next month and the next month. Eventually, a year later, 2 years later, it's not going to convert anymore. And the reason is that they keep seeing all your offers, but they don't know who you are. Every time they see you're trying to sell them something, they're kind of annoyed that they've seen all your ads in their newsfeed. You haven't given them anything of value. So you want to start doing more content marketing. So Facebook Live makes it really easy, just like I'm doing right now. You want to do as many Facebook Lives as possible, just and getting good content out there. I've said this a million times. I've said it at FBS last year. People are always like, well, what? And I never know what to put out there with my content. You probably already have like 100 members or more if you're just getting started, maybe 25, 50 members, but I'm sure they're always asking you questions like every single day. So whatever conversation you have with a client, just make a note in your phone or write it down, and then make a video about it later and put it on your fan page, put it on Facebook, and to say, hey, I had a conversation with so and so earlier today. It was a great question, and here's what I told her, and just share that, and you'll have more content than you'll need. The other thing that you can do is just like share what you're doing. People live boring lives, and they want to live vicariously through you. So if you're training for a Tough Mudder or climb a mountain or whatever it is that you're training for, whenever you go to do a training run or whatever, just go live, let them know what you're about ready to do, and and maybe in the morning when you're making your smoothie or morning routine, as you're mixing it up in your Vitamix, tell them what you're putting in there and what your morning routine is. Maybe you have like a mobility routine or a stretching routine at nighttime. Put your video up, let them know what you're doing, talk them through it. I mean, just share whatever you're doing to keep yourself healthy. Share that with your audience, and you'll have more content than you're able to use. And that's more for the content marketing there. As far as branding goes, it's really just trying to be everywhere at once and building authority. All this stuff together is going to build authority. So with your branding, you just want to make sure that you have the same look from your website to your blog to your fan page to your YouTube channel, so that way people get used to the same look and feel, and it's consistent across all different channels. If not, there could be a disconnect. Like if you have like a more of like a hardcore image at your gym on your website, and then they go on Facebook and they see an ad to a funnel that is targeted to women, and it's really like a soft feel, it might be a little bit of a disconnect with the name of your gym and the wording that you're using in the funnel. So you just want to make sure that everything is lining up and is consistent across all the different channels with your branding. So by putting out the content, you're going to start to build authority, and once you have authority, then you can sell anything to anyone. It's going to convert a lot more. And content marketing for the most part is free. You can put your content out there. You can get other people to link to your content, or you can do like guest blog posts for other businesses in your area. You can get on the news, and that's going to help build authority. Put the content on the news. There's a lot of things that you can do. Just start putting out content, even if you think it's bad at first. You have to put out enough bad stuff until it gets good. So just start doing it. Just create your first Facebook Live video, and it gets easier from there. And that's pretty much it as far as like the complete package for more of a long-term play, and actually giving your audience some value rather than just keep hitting them over the head with offer after offer after offer. The more content that you can put out there, the more value that you can put out. By the time you go to make the offer, make the sale, you have people lined up ready to come in, and that's what you want. So that's it for today. So thanks for joining me again on the Ask Jeff Show, episode number 2. Once this video is done, make sure you hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any more episodes, and I'll see you guys soon.